the way to get everything that you want is to stop having attachment to it. And so we all have heard of like love finds you when you least expect it, right? You kind of decide that you want to be single and just focus on you, and you enjoy it. You're like finding joy in it. You're not secretly being like, oh, well, I kind of wish. No, you like actually are enjoying it. You initially set the intention at some point in time that you wanted love eventually. And then by enjoying the present moment, you let go of attachment. And then that energy is able to come into your life. It's the same thing with money. And money can be so much more tricky because there's so much attached to it, right? We are so programmed and so conditioned to be so fearful of money and to always think that we aren't enough and that we need to have more in order to be enough, and that it's scarce and that money doesn't grow on trees, and like all this conditioning around it. But what if you just looked at money as abundance, as, you know, the air, as abundant as time and space, which are not even real, but it's just infinite. And the truth of who you are is just this infinite being. Think about how abundant that is. And so what I've noticed in this trust fall year that I'm in, I need to just write a book about this year and call it Trust Fall. When I quit my job, I was like, okay, I really, really, really know this stuff to be true. I know that we are so infinitely powerful that we can have anything and be anything that we want, and that we just have to move past the conditioning. And I found the tools that help me do that through finding the evidence really in the people in the community that, you know, are in alignment with that, but also doing EFT tapping on different beliefs and conditions, and also just using my free will and setting my intention and choosing not to believe that I'm human anymore. I'm an infinite being having a human experience, but even still, I don't even feel like I am like, I don't know, from here, I guess. I think a lot of you probably relate with that. But so I set the intention. I don't work for money. I have a lot of money, and I just work for enjoyment and for pleasure. And that intention, I've stuck to it. I said, I'm not getting another job. I refuse to get another job. I'm going to do what my soul wants to do every day. And I'm going to rewire so much about my conditioning and my beliefs around the topic. And then I let go of attachment. I was like, okay, I'm always going to be fine. I'm always going to be fine. I'm never not going to be okay. Even if it looks like I'm not going to be okay, even if something big happens, like my van breaking down in Austria and, you know, being told it's a certain amount, and I was just like, whoa, that seems too much. And it was actually like ridiculous what they wanted for the potential problem, but that was my opportunity to face the conditions and the layers within my own subconscious, within my own field, that would invoke fear and keep me controlled in that timeline of thinking that I'm not enough, that I don't have enough. And so I was like, well, thank you for this opportunity. I see it clearly, and I'm not going to give in to it. I'm always going to be supported, but for now, I don't think that that's fair. I'm just going to get the van to Italy. And as soon as I got the van to Italy, even though like that was still relatively more than I was planning on spending, there's like so many flies here, so I keep trying to get them away from me. I did put some horse spray on myself. Oh my goodness, they need more spray. Wow. Ooh, yeah, we'll have to go down there and get some more spray for them. By the way, if you are new here, I am living on this horse farm in Italy, and volunteering and traveling and living in my van, and my van will be running soon. That's the goal. But you have to just learn to let go of attachment. And how do we let go of attachment? Well, we can find evidence. We can say, well, other people found abundance. Other people are billionaires. Other people don't ever have to think about the price tag on things. So it's possible. And then you have to ask yourself, why do I think that it's not possible for me? What stories and fear around that come up? Like if you're talking about billionaire, maybe there's the fear that you don't know how to manage money, you know, that you'll lose it all, or that you, whatever it is, that you'll owe more money in taxes, and that's scary. And so then the subconscious tries to keep you safe. And it creates realities where you never have that type of abundance, or even close, where you're always afraid of money. And we've talked about this before, but like if money were a person, which in a way it's very similar because it is a frequency, and you were always, you know, saying, I don't trust you, I fear you, I don't think you like me, I don't think that it's fair how you're in other people's lives but not mine, then you're pushing it away. No one would want to be in your life if you treated them like that or talked to them like that, right? They might try, like really try to work it out with you, but at some point they're just going to be like, okay, look, I'll just visit you and come into your life as little as possible because this isn't a happy place to be. But if you change your perspective and you just say like, I trust you, you know, we've been through a lot and I was told a lot of stories about you, but I trust you. I trust you to come into my life. And so when I had this experience recently, I was like, well, let's just get the van here. I know it's kind of a waste of money because I should invest like those thousands of dollars to the repair, but I was like, that's what seems best to me right now. And as soon as I did that, I've been receiving money in all these different areas of life that are very unexpected. This morning I woke up to a Venmo, which in the States is how we send money, and it was for a relatively large amount, and it said like something like, if I Venmo this to you, can we talk? And I haven't talked to this person really like ever. Maybe we talked a little bit in high school, and I don't even think that they follow me on either of my social media platforms like Instagram or here. And so I was like, that is very, very strange. But a lot of things like that have been happening this past week, ever since I've been back here. Well, 3 weeks, time's kind of flying. And so, now I'm looking at it and I'm making sure to consciously be like, okay, this is normal. I receive. And it's incredible how the transport already paid for itself. And now, you know, I'm open to, I just set the intention like, okay, well, send me the money that I need to repair it. I'm not in a rush. When there's the rush, I think that that's part of why my decision was to just get it here and not have it in Austria and be talking to all these different people who are trying to figure it out, apparently, because I knew that that rushed energy was not going to help me energetically, like that, like fearful energy. And then also being a female. Oh, hello, Roto. No bites, okay? Hey, he's in a biting mood today. I know, we're just a baby horse, and we don't understand why people don't like when we bite them. It makes no sense. No bites, okay? I'm just a little human, and it hurts when you bite. Also being a female and having my van in another country, and just like them knowing that it appears like I'm stuck there, like they could raise the price, and which they were raising the price. So I was like, what feels like abundance is just getting it here and taking my sweet time and letting the universe support me in that and enjoying being here. And the most important thing is to be in joy and in freedom and abundance. I don't want to kneel because you're gonna bite me or do the front kicky thing. He keeps doing this thing with his front leg where he like wraps it around and then he brings you in and he tries to stomp on you. I mean, not like in an aggressive way, but he's just a baby. And just enjoy being here. Like, this is wonderful, getting to be around people that I love and adore. Like after 3 weeks together, we all got matching tattoos, which is very, very interesting. There's just so many synchronicities with it, but it's this 7, which you've maybe seen in the video so far, I don't know. But yeah, 7 of us ended up getting it. They're like the people who started this rescue and sanctuary are in like their 7th chapter of their story of traveling and saving animals. And there might be like a book or a TV show or a movie about them, and they've talked to different producers about it. And so chapter 7 is when we all kind of entered their life as volunteers. And then I was on my 7th month here in Europe, and now I'm on my 8th month. And then there were 7 of us, which we realized after we did the tattoo. We're like, that's crazy, there's 7 of us. And that day we were at All You Can Eat Sushi, which we went back to yesterday, and there was a crack in the ground that looked exactly like that 7. There's just so many synchronicities, and the synchronicities are just ways of the universe and your angels and guides just telling you, you're in alignment. Everything's good. You're meant to be here. And it was very clear that I was meant to be here based off how my van broke down minutes after I dropped off my friend in Austria. I went there to go see her, and then the universe is like, you can have your time with her, but as soon as you drop her off, it's time to get back to the farm. I wasn't going to accept the help, but then I lost my keys as the tow truck came, and I was broken down for another day on the side of the road, and I was like, okay, please come save me. And so my farm friends did, and I ended up coming back here. And so there was resistance in me even making the decision to do so, but I'm so happy to be here, to just be flowing through the day and through life and creating and having my programs with you guys, which I love having. Right now we're doing divine guidance, so 21 days to know your divine guidance, and we're on day 8. You can join that at any time. That's linked below. The 21 days right now are live, but again, you can go at your own pace. So that's linked below. And then the 21 days to rewire your mind. That is how I got to the place of not believing in these stories about human reality anymore, and remembering that like anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. And deconditioning the mind and choosing a chosen timeline, healing the nervous system. These are things that just help you become more of the truth of who you are. I want you to feel not like you have to change who you are, but just more so remember who you are. Remember who you are and come home into your body, into yourself, into the truth, and then get to choose a life of soul alignment and fulfillment and get everything that you want, that your soul wants here on earth. And it's not about the money, it's about the freedom. It's about the freedom that you get when you choose to be in abundance and you choose no longer to live in fear and the conditioning that has been brought upon us, but also you're not victim to it. You chose this path in this situation to remember. It's part of your journey, is just to remember. And so looking at it from that perspective kind of loosens it up a bit. And you can just say, oh, thank you. Like the van breaking down, I'm like, oh, thank you. I see that was for me. It was very frustrating in the moment when I was broken down on the side of the road for 3 days, but I see that it's always, always, always happening for me. And so when you can learn to just live in peace and bliss and joy and be okay with wherever you are now in all parts of your life, just finding the joy now, then you become a vibrational match for everything that you want. But that's all you have to do, is follow the joy, follow the curiosity. Abraham Hicks talks about that all the time, is just follow the joy, follow the curiosity. I think that it's also important to, really become centered in yourself too. And so she/they, because it's an entity that's channeled through Esther Hicks, Abraham is the one channeled, talk about, meditation, and that is a form of getting centered. And so I love meditation. Right now I'm not in a season of meditating because I've found a system of creating my day to be the meditation. And I hope that it's not too windy. But, today I closed my eyes and I just got into that space again, and I have a really open channel of communication with my angels and guides now too, that I developed over the 3 months that I really was in solitude for when I first arrived here in Europe. I was first on Lake Como for a month, and then like a month and a half it was supposed to be, but then I went to Rome and Florence for the last 2 weeks, and then I went to Switzerland and Crans-Montana for a month and a half, and there I was just like a machine with my routine. I was like 2 or 3 hours in the morning, meditate, tapping, communicating with my angels and guides, morning pages. Like I opened up this channel and I got to know my divine team. I got to know my angels and guides and identifying them and knowing like their different purposes and roles in my life. And maybe there's other guides that will come through later on. But now I can quickly, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I can say like, hey guys, can I ask you a question? Or like, can I have a message or a sign or something like that? And they're here with me right now. And so it's a beautiful gift to have developed. And so I definitely do think that meditation is important. My video the other day, why you shouldn't meditate, it's not that you shouldn't meditate, it's that people often meditate and attach like an ego to it and just do it to, say that they meditate. And maybe, like I know for a while, I was out of my game of meditation, but I was like, yeah, I meditate. And then I realized, I was like, when was the last time I meditated? And so I think that it is very, very beneficial to just do it for you, not because you think you have to, but because it is like coming home to the truth of who you are. And so there's different ways. There's mindful meditation, there's visualization, there's all these different things. Breath work, I love, love, love breath work. But mindful meditation and just watching your breath or focusing on a word or like Abraham Hicks talks about focusing on like a noise, if it's consistent, like she does the air conditioner, but I like live outside, so I never have an air conditioner noise. And just observing and getting centered and then following the joy. It's much easier to follow the joy and to see the joy and to feel those sparks of curiosity when you are in a place of being centered. And so you change the momentum of your life the more that you can find your center. So I do think that it is important. I think it's important to do in some time, but also if you can do it throughout your day, very, very, very good. So we are going to go do some feeding and keep moving just in case there's any bugs or anything that are crawling up my legs, or spiders, as we've seen quite a few of in the most recent videos. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new here, leave a comment if you feel called to do so, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Bye.